tell us a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself, and then, what your idea was for giving a talk.
Okay, so my name is Melissa Suggs, and I am new into the web development and front-end development. And one of my ideas of a talk was transitioning from careers. So I've been to a lot of conferences, and it's more technical and about the software. But no one's talking about when you're changing from one career to another and how to navigate in that space as far as what is it that you need to know, the interview process, who do you need to know, what software languages you need to know, outside of, just going to the boot camp and learning that. But there's more in that space that is not talked about. And I haven't heard of it in any of the conferences I've been to so far.
All right, cool. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. And
Absolutely.
You also had an idea. I think you were the first volunteer who was willing to put forward an idea. So I really appreciated that about you.
Yes, I was inspired by you and all the other women speakers there at the conference. And it's always been my dream when I attended these conferences that I should get up there one day and speak. So the idea for me that I had was I've been a developer for many years and building for the traditional infrastructure. And of course, now we have cloud everywhere. Everybody's talking of deploying in the cloud. And it takes a change of mindset to go from building applications in the traditional world to building in the cloud. And the idea I had was, how do you get to building applications for the cloud? And what are the changes you need to make from a software design and architecture perspective, as well as just knowing what are the different technologies, cloud technologies out there. So what are the best practices to build cloud native apps? So, and this is more actually one of the tips that was given at the breakfast this morning was, if you want to learn something, you decide to speak about it, and that's the best way you can learn. So that's what I'm hoping to do.
Well, and I gave that tip, but I actually learned that tip from someone else. So it's amazing what
Pass
you
it
can
on.
learn, right? Just
Absolutely.
going to. And you didn't really introduce yourself, so.
Oh, yeah, I'm Sangeeta Nori. I'm a Java developer, work for General Motors up in Roswell, and been doing Java for about 12 plus years, and just recently getting into the cloud space.
So 12 plus years, and all that time, had it ever occurred to you maybe that you might want to give a talk at a conference?
Not for the longest time, but now, yes. I did take a break in those 12 years, so I guess practicing about 8 plus, I would say. And
still an expert.
But no, never occurred to me that I should be up there. I mean, I guess the thought was there, but I didn't feel prepared enough for it. But I think now I am ready to take that first step. So
you sound very prepared. And any feedback that you got from attendees at the breakfast this morning?
Lots of good feedback. So how you go about choosing what conferences you want to present in, how do you write your abstract, how at the beginning of a talk you set expectations for your talk, what is the level of audience, what is the audience level that you're expecting, and just being prepared in terms of the content as well as how to handle questions that come up in the course of your talk. So lots of good advice from women who have been there and done that. So
yeah,
thankful for it.
Oh, well, thank you for coming and sharing, being willing to
Absolutely.
share here in front of everyone else. I appreciate that. What about you, Melissa? Any feedback that you got today that was valuable to you? I mean, obviously, I think it's an idea that a lot of people, especially today, I've heard from a lot of new developers, right, who are kind of new to the industry, as we said, right? Any thoughts that you've had that helped to expand on your idea?
Well, just even talking, the idea of giving a speech.
A little closer.
Sorry, the idea of giving a speech and just knowing my own experience of what I'm experiencing right now, that is a talk. And I always was thinking, oh, like you had said, I don't know it, or I don't know all of it, so I'm not going to do it. And I am going through it, so why not give a talk? And a lot of the examples and tips and advice that you gave and some of the other speakers, go up there, learn it, give a speak on something that you want to learn about, and don't really worry about what you don't know, because when the questions come, at least you'll know. Someone in the audience will know. And if not, you can just tell them, I'll get back to you on that. And so that was real empowering, encouraging that you don't have to know it all, but you just have to be a passion that you want to share with someone, or just want to let people know this is an introductory course and this is something that, I want to share with the community, and maybe some other people can come and join along in the conversation.
Yeah, I think really valuable feedback. Actually, that came up in the breakfast, and it came up again earlier today in the panel that I led about developer careers, is you just have to be willing to acknowledge that you're not going to know everything. And that's in life in general, but particularly in technology, things just change so often and frequently. There's always something that you need to be learning and know more about, so it's okay to acknowledge that you don't know. So ask for help from somebody in the audience, tell them you'll get back to them, connect with them on Twitter, so that's going to help grow your network and your influence as well as your visibility, being that source who's willing to acknowledge that you don't know everything, but you're going to go back and find out and be willing to ask for help. So
I thoroughly enjoyed the talk and the breakfast, and look forward to coming back next year.
Next year. So next year when I come back for the breakfast, I'm going to ask who's the speaker, and we're going to have a lot more hands raising in the opening breakfast here at DevNexus.
Yes.
So, all right.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing. I appreciate you being here and sharing your experience. Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right.